half time, so I'm only going to do the two boys,
Right, so we're only 8 minutes then.
Yeah, so and I'm going
8.5
Yeah,
minutes.
so what we'll do is we go live now. We're landing 3, 2, 1. You introduce. You call up and Sorry,
Right,
everybody.
lads. We're going live there now. So. Well, someone had to shut you up.
I'm drinking tea, so don't have any for a few minutes.
And the ref then is a half time. You're all very welcome here to Aughrim today for the premier game in our senior hurling calendar. It's the Lightning Protection Ireland senior hurling final between Bray Emmets and Glenealy. We were on Zoom for a few interviews earlier in the week there. We interviewed Paul Carley and we interviewed Michael Anthony O'Neill from Bray and Glenealy respectively, and we're going to give you a look at how those interviews went there now. So hope you enjoyed them. Paul, how are you? Thanks again for taking your time out on a busy week for you. Back on familiar ground, back in the county final again on Sunday. A good year all in all once you get as far as the final. I suppose it's all about winning it now. A good semi-final, you got through your group, a good semi-final then against Kiltegan is probably a good test that you needed, and hopefully you'll have you spot on.
Yeah, look, it was a great test. We looked at Kiltegan during their group stage and were doing really well, and they went into the last game, qualified against Glenealy, and still a chances to win that game, so we knew we really in for a battle. I think people underestimate how good Kiltegan were. After 10 minutes, they never stopped going, and even with 3 or 4 minutes to go, we're still in the game and had a chance to win it. So great test for us.
Yeah, and I suppose a test in itself. You know, again, you racked up a good score, 120. You seem to be always up around the 20 points with this team. But for me, again, you know, Christie came up trumps, but it was the spread of scorers again the last day that really impressed me. You know, you always seem to have 3 or 4 lads scoring maybe more than once from play.
Yeah, well, look at our front 8 are all capable of scoring, which is a massive addition. You know, there's times that Christie will be held or Michael Gowan will be held, and these other lads step up. So it's important that our front 8 are well able to score, scoring from play. You know, so that's a big plus as well.
Yeah, and then I suppose looking forward to Sunday, we all know what Glenealy are going to bring to the table, you know, and especially now with Michael Anthony over them, they're probably even more of a different animal. Did a good blue car new away in that first quarter in the semi-final, looked really impressive. And as you said, the line of form of Kiltegan coming out of that group is very strong. So, you know, you're facing into a big battle here Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge battle, and we kind of seen that when we went up to play them in the league, when we generally had 2 full teams. You know, they were released from Wicklow to play that game. And ended up in a draw, and then I went in to see him last Sunday, and I thought they were excellent. I thought the first 15 minutes was just up the pace, and Carnew couldn't live with it, and I kind of thought they took their foot off the pedal then for the next while. But again, when Carnew came back, I just had another gear and went at it again. Or 2 years ago, they've improved. They look a lot more organised. They like to stand without. These lads have developed massively, and for being honest, Danny is probably the hurler of the championship at the moment. The centre back, he pulls all the strings, so we'll have a big job there to try and bypass that or curtail Danny's influence on the game.
And I suppose then just to tie things up from your own point of view, looking for 3 in a row. You know, you don't like talking about it probably, but is there in the background. It has to be a hugely satisfying for yourself to be in that position.
Yeah, well, sure. Look, you try your best to stay away from it, but it's always mentioned. You know, like from the first county final, 5 different lads played last year, and 5 possibly different lads playing this year again. You know, so we generally look at it as a new team trying to achieve something new. You know, but of course, talk about there the same as Glenealy 2 years ago. So you try and get away from it and just focus on what's in hand and what we have to do to win the match. You know, because at the end of the day, it can be a distraction that you don't need. We're just totally focused on Glenealy, same as we do every match. We didn't think of Glenealy or Carnew before we played Kiltegan, so I'm worried about Glenealy. That's it. 3 in a row or not the 3 in a row, look after herself, you know.
Lovely. And again, I suppose I'll let you go there now. I know you're busy. And thanks a million for taking your time out again in such a busy week, and the very best of luck on Sunday.
No problem. Thanks very much, Emmett.
Thanks. Michael, thanks again. Thanks for taking your time on such a busy weekend to answer a few questions for us. I suppose we'll start at the beginning. You'll probably be cursing your luck a little bit, the group you got in the outset, but I suppose it pays dividends coming through such a tough group. Once you can get out of it, it really stands to you at this stage of the year.
Yeah, no, it was a tough group, all right, and I suppose from the very start we were kind of not making the semis last year. It was always going to be a bit of a challenge, and really our aim was all along just to see could we make semi-final stage, get to the knockout stages, and see where that takes us. So the group we got was a tricky group, and the games were tough. We were up and down in the games. Actually, we didn't hurl that well against Aughrim in the first match and played well again Pats, and then struggled against Kiltegan. So it's been a bit hot and cold, but we got there unbeaten, and we're happy to get where we got.
Yeah, and I suppose, listening around the county at the time, people were saying, as you said yourself, like it seemed a little bit hot and cold, but at the same time you were unbeaten. You came back from 6 points down in that Aughrim match. You had to beat Pats, you beat them. You had to beat Kiltegan, and that line of form now on Kiltegan semi-final looks very strong. In fairness.
Yeah, no, look, you're dead right. Yeah, we went through unbeaten, and it was a good overall championship for us so far, anyway. And the lads put a lot of work in, and we're happy the way we've gone, and we're looking forward to the final, obviously.
Yeah, and just on the semi-final, I mean, that first 15 minutes against Carnew was almost Limerick-esque, if you want to put it that way. It was, I know.
Yeah, no, we started off very well, but this Carnew game was a bit like what I'm after saying. It's a bit like our kind of championship run, nearly. We done our 15 minutes of good hurling, and then we went out of the game nearly for half an hour, and then we finished with 10 or 15 minutes. So it's up and down nearly the way our season has been. So that's a bit of a concern, and it has been a concern all year, and something that we know ourselves going into a final that wouldn't really be good enough.
Yeah, and I suppose just looking forward to the final at this stage, we all know what Bray are bringing to the table. They have a fantastic team overall, but from number 8 up, they're all scorers as well, and they nearly always bring the 20-point total into the equation. So, like, it's going to be no easy feat to hold these lads.
No, very, very, very strong team. Like they are going for the 3 in a row. Their forward line, even without their subs, like some of their subs coming into that team would get on any team in the county. Their forward line could be the county team nearly. It's that strong. It's a very strong forward line, and to hold them is going to be tough. I don't know whether they've lost too many games in the last 3 years. So, like, that's the level of team they are, and there's a huge challenge for us ahead.
Yeah, and just, I suppose, lastly, looking in from the outside, your younger lads have really came through. Not, we don't want to pick out lads and name them, but for me, the younger lads, and they're, they weren't lying around during lockdown. These lads have bulked up, and they look like, big athletic players there. Sam and Matthew and a few of these lads, like, they're a huge asset to you now.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're good lads. Like, and we have trained very hard. Like, we brought in Owen Dunn there as a coach and trainer, and he's trained very hard. Now, even obviously through COVID and all the restrictions around that, but individually, them lads have worked savagely now since last, I think, February, and we had very little. We were lucky, really, in the sense we had very little football distractions this year, the way things have worked out for us. So the lads have worked hard, them young lads, and developed as players and men nearly. So, but again, the big test is ahead for that.
Yeah, look, Michael, thanks a million for taking your time out there. The very best of luck on Sunday. I hope everything goes well for you, and sure, maybe we'll be talking to you Sunday evening in an interview as well as county champion.
Cheers. Thanks a million, Sully.
No bother. Thank you.
You're all very welcome. You're all very welcome back to Aughrim here. The final touches are just being put to both teams' warm-ups. I'm just going to give you a quick run through the teams. First, we have Bray here. It's in goal, Conor Mcnally, Peter Kiley, Carl Lacey and Davy Maloney make up the full back line. There's one change in the half-back line. Number 21, Dara Henderson, is in instead of James Anders. John Henderson and Cian Lone make up the rest of that half-back line. Midfield is Luke Maloney and Dermot Masterson. Mikey Lee, Mark Lennon and Owen McCormick make up the half-forward line, with another change. Sean Maloney starts instead of Ben McCormack at number 13. Mikey Boland and Christy Morehouse make up a dangerous looking full forward line. The Glenealy team is as stated in your programme. It's Cian Staunton, Declan Conyer, Joey Driver and Ronan Manley are the full back line. Warren Kavanagh, Danny Staunton and Matthew Traynor in a half back line, where the midfield of Paul O'Brien and Sam O'Dowd. Jamie Byrne, Gavin Weir and Thomas Style make up a half forward line, with Gary Hughes, Alan Driver and Gary Byrne making up the full forward line there. We're in for a cracker here. Both teams are just about to line up for the parade, so we'll be back with match commentary to you in just a couple of minutes.
It's a long drive to Croker from here. In ways even longer for the fans. The effort, I can tell you, it's worth it. Even today, I can still hear it. The roar of the hill. It's gonna be something else.
Yeah, as both teams are in the parade here for this Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Final. Bray and Glenealy, Tom, two strong looking lineups. In particular, Bray's forward line, I suppose, catches the eye, but this is a Glenealy team that Gary Byrne named at 15. You imagine they're coming here with a plan.
Yeah, they had a plan the last day. Michael Anthony's interview after the semi-final win was all about matchups, and he got him right the last day. So it'll be interesting to see what way he matches up today with the Bray forward line, particularly, you know. But Shawnee Maloney is starting for Ben McCormack, so you'd imagine Shawnee will go back into the backs,
with
and Davey will
it'll probably be pretty much a straight swap with the two Maloneys there as well. I suppose looking forward to this one, you know, Glenealy, this is a Bray team that, look, we've spoke about them over the last 6, 7, 8 years, a fantastic squad that they've brought through. But if there's one team on the day that can give them a good rattle, and as I said, come with a game plan and stick to it, it's this Glenealy team. And I think the fact that Michael Anthony is over them now as well is probably worth another 5 or 6% to a lot of these lads as well.
Yeah, it is, and like Glenealy won't fear Bray. That's one thing for sure, you know. And there's cockiness is the wrong word, but there is a confidence in Glenealy when no matter who they play in the county, like, you know.
Yeah, that's it. As we see, a proud moment for both sets of players here as they follow the lone piper around, marching behind the band. Glenealy break first there and go out to their sideline where they'll line up for Aughrim Naveen in just a couple of minutes. Our officials in midfield, we have Martin Malloy and Derek Kelly running the lines there today, with John Keenan in the frame for his seventh or eighth hurling final now. It must be his first in 2009, and I think Chris Canavan is the fourth official. So a good set of officials here today as well, Tom.
Yeah, good set in fairness. Look at, if we have as good a game as what we had there in the intermediate final, winning for a cracker.
Yeah, here we go now as we stand to attention for Aughrim Naveen. a wonderful rendition of Aughrim of Ian there to get things going. There's a sense of excitement here. There's a good crowd here, all socially distanced, of course, here in Aughrim for this one. Hard one to call, Tom. Are you going to give me your...
Sure, look at Bray are the champs and they're there to be took down, as to say, and as you alluded to, Glenealy are the one team probably in the county that would be confident of beating them any day to go out. But I think probably maybe Bray will scrape over the line by a couple of points.
That's Tom's call there now. Alan says Glenealy by 2. Eugene? Glenealy. Stephen? Glenealy. I'm going to sit completely on the fence and I'm going to go for a draw, which is probably the last thing that the county board want as well as everything else. But if you don't want it to happen, lads, it probably will. A lot of people shaking their head at me over that one, but here we go. We're getting ready to rock and roll here. All the formalities are over. It's the 2021 Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Final between Bray Emmets and Glenealy. John Keenan shakes hands with some of the players there in the middle of the field, just as everyone picks up their positions.
Seanie Maloney.
David has gone up to the corner. I think Matthew Trainor's tracking him. Already we can see the matchups here. Mikey Lee gone to full forward. He has Declan Conyard. The ball is in, the game is on, and it's Luke Maloney gets the first ball, lashes it in front of Mikey Lee. Lee out in front for this one. Tries to pick it up, doesn't at the first attempt. Good play by the Declan Conyard there to push him out into 45. Mikey turns down, takes off with this ball. Dangerous looking run here from Mikey Lee. He seems to be away. Strikes it on the run. Brilliant strike, low down, high and over the bar. Wonderful score from Mikey Lee. First blood to Bray after just 20 seconds here, and a lot of space in front of that Glenealy full forward line there.
Look, it's exactly what Mikey, he was quite enough by his own high standards in the semi-final, and that's the start he wanted.
Keane Staunton drives a long ball down the field, huge puck. John Henderson's underneath, misses this one. Ball breaks in behind. Gary Byrne picks it up, goes low in front of Gavin Weir. Weir has Carl Lacey on his case. Good play by the backs there, just getting the ball out. Alan Driver's in there again. It's a huge ruck as Luke Maloney comes out with that ball. It's knocked away from him. 3-4 red jerseys around it. It's picked up there by Gary Hughes. Hughes solos with this ball, strikes it on the run. A good strike off his left hand side, is high and over the bar. Yeah. 2 fantastic scores to start this one off. One from Mikey Lee, one from Gary Hughes, and it's already, Tom, this is shaping up to be a cracker.
Yeah, look at it. There's great pace to the opening exchanges and 2 fantastic strikes by two of the best forwards in the county.
Conor Mcnally drills a long puck out down the field, huge puck from him, hurls underneath, ball breaks off the Glenealy half-back line, but it's only into the hand of Mikey Boland. Boland is out around the 65, has a little bit of space. Boland strikes the ball on the run again. This is another huge one. It's a dangerous one, taken by Keane Staunton, taken on his chest and drills the ball back over the heads of the midfielders, but it's brilliantly taken there by Cian Lone. Lone fancies his chances from there, catches down, drills it high and drills it over the bar. And for the first few minutes of a county final, is it just me? It's very loose. It's very loose. You know, you'd think there would match up. We talked about matchups and everything else. Seems to be lots of space around for everyone here.
Yeah, like and Davy Maloney lined up corner forward for the throw-in, but he's actually playing sort of centre forwardish.
Could be there maybe to try and nullify Danny, but the ball is in the hands of the other centre back. John Henderson thunders into a challenge there. Both players go to ground, both players down. Davy Maloney gets the ball in as far as Christy Morehouse. Morehouse, the man for the county final, pops a little pass off to Davy Maloney. Maloney plants his feet, strikes. This one looks to be going to the right of the post and wide. It is gone to the right of the post and wide, and I think it's number Sam O'Dowd is down, is it? I'm not sure. I think it might be Sam O'Dowd himself and John Henderson clattered into one another there. John Henderson got up, but it's not.
No,
Sam is here, so we'll see his number there in a minute. It's not Paul Brings here, so we'll know in a minute. We've just missed out on that one. He's lying down. I can't see his number at the minute, but
it's Joey Driver.
Joey Driver.
Joey is picking up Christie actually.
Yeah, and he doesn't look to be in great shape here. No. In fairness, there's not a lot of movement from him on the ground, which is worrying from a Glenealy point of view. So it looks to be the knee. Yeah, he's getting it could have been a clash of knees nearly the way they went together. It could be bone on bone. So we'll have to see.
Battles around, isn't there? I see Warren picking up Mikey Boland here, like that'll be a great tussle. Huge
battle, yeah. But Mark Lennon is back in on Danny Staunton now, which just as you said, they've brought Davy Maloney out kind of around that area as well, maybe just to try and bottle things up. Keane Staunton goes long down the field, huge puck from Staunton, ball breaks in front of Tommy Doyle, breaks away from though. Christy Morehouse has it, Morehouse is away, heading to the 45, right out on the sideline, the far side, strikes the ball on the run, strikes it high and strikes it to the right of the post this time and wide. It's a wide, it's 2 points for Bray, it's 1 for Glenealy here. Couple of wides there for Bray in the last exchanges, but they do look dangerous.
Yeah, and as you said, it's very open. You know, for an opening in a few minutes of such an important game, it's very loose.
Ball breaks off the hurler. Danny Staunton picks it up at the second attempt, tries to get his clearance away. Mark Lennon was doing his best to block him, couldn't. Again, the ball down. Henderson takes the ball. Another man for county finals. He charges down the middle. It all opens up from John Henderson. He's on the 45. He needs support. He's still going. Was he pushed? He was pushed. He wins his free and he fist pumps the air. What a catch and run there from almost Kieran Carey-esque.
It was, yeah, and he's after making 3 huge catches there since the first whistle. So, like, John is on his game.
We're talking about laying down markers. He's really laying down a marker there in this first opening 4.5 minutes of this Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Final. It's a free. John Keenan's having a chat with Christy Morehouse about something. It's a free to Bray, yeah. Whatever went on, there must have been a bit of back chat or something there. John is having none of it. So, right at the top of the D, straight in front of the goal, we have Christy Morehouse lining up. Familiar pose as he looks to put Bray 2 in front here. Strikes it high and strikes it over the ball all the way into Earp's yard there. It's gone and it's 3 points to Bray, 1 to Glenealy. 5 minutes on the clock here. And as I said, Tom, already, you know, I think 1 attack, 1 score for Glenealy, but Bray look dangerous, don't
they? They do, yeah, and worryingly enough, Glenealy have lost 3 of their puckouts already, you know, 5 minutes into the game, and here's another one going straight down. Huge
puck again down the field, ball breaks, Paul O'Brien goes for it, goes to ground, it's Mikey Boland is on it, there's a huge ruck of bodies there, there's players on the ground. It's not coming out, so John Keenan's going to sort it out with a throw-in. Dermot Masterson and Tommy Doyle look to be lining up. He goes back and Gary Byrne, a huge pull there at Gary Byrne and Dara Henderson. Ball breaks inside to Christy Morehouse. Morehouse is in behind everyone. Charges down, he's bearing down goal. Declan Conyard comes to him. Shot goal for Christy Morehouse. Roof of the net. Brilliant finish from the man, as I said, the man for county finals. It's between him and John Henderson for the last few years in County Hines for man of the match. And
that was a scorcher.
The two of them have started like a bomb here as Christy Morehouse rattles the roof of the net. At 6 minutes gone, it's 1-3 to Bray. It's a point to Glenealy, and Glenealy have it all to do as they take a short puck out. Keeper takes it back. Oh, he's blocked down in there by Owen McCormack. Gets the second attempt at, drives it long down the field. Glenealy need a score now. Ian Henderson is under this one. Alan Driver tries to catch it. Ball breaks in the middle of the field. It's Cian Lawn. Lawn charges out the ball. Big, imposing player, but only in as far as Matthew Traynor. Traynor steps to one side, gets the ball out as far as Paul O'Brien. O'Brien is tackled by both Davy Maloney and Christy Morehouse. Gives it back to Tommy Doyle again. Huge intensity around the middle in this one, but Paul O'Brien comes away with Bray jerseys all around, gets the ball. Alan Driver snapshot. It's not going to go all the way. It's in. It's dangerous. Conor Mcnally comes out completely, misses it. Went over the back again. It's into Gary Byrne. Ball is around the square. There's danger here, but Bray just about get away with that one. And keeper came and got none of it, Tom, and it was a nervy moment there for Bray.
It was a nervy. It's sort of the way the game has been since the start, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, you know, as you said, even the goalie short puck out blocked down, you know, there's little bits happening all over the field there, and it's lots of drama. It's what you'd want from a county final. I suppose you're from Glenealy and Bray, you mightn't rather not have had it, but it's good for the neutral.
Yeah, but look at Danny needs to settle now and put this over the bar and just let Glenealy settle a bit. Scorcher of a goal from Christy, in fairness. Oh,
Scorcher, goal of the season contender. She was a real, you kind of thought when you seen Declan Conyard coming, was he going to pop it inside her? But there was no. And to be fair, Cian Staunton, good keeper, he never moved. The ball was hitting the ground at the back of the net before he knew. A super strike from Christy, and again he's off to a flyer in yet another county final. Danny Staunton has the 65. Glenealy need a score. Little bit of a breeze into his face. Drills this one, great strike, great connection, but it's gone to the left of the post and wide, and Glenealy just a little bit rattled at the minute.
Yeah, they just needed that one to get them settled, as I said, that's a let off for Bray.
Puck out from Conor Mcnally here again. He goes long down the stand side, huge puck from McNally, massive puck right into the 45 there. Ball breaks and it's taken by Owen McCormack. McCormack on the charge here. After Miss Samo out, does he do enough? Just does enough. Danny Staunton gets back and gets a block on it. Ball gone wide. Bray are looking for a 65. They're not happy with it.
No,
But real chance for Owen McCormick.
Yeah,
there.
it was in one of his trademark runs. He just gallops towards the goal, you know.
Sam O'Dowd and Danny done well to get back anywhere near him, to be fair.
And not to even concede a 65. Defended really well.
Owen is feeling the effects of the tackle there now, though. He's down. He's looks to be in a little bit of distress there. His helmet is off. So he's just getting a little bit of attention. Again, it's as I said, you know, Glenealy probably just a little bit rattled on their heels there, but Bray have really hit the ground running in this one.
They have, yeah, you know, and the good start there by Christy and Mikey with a few scores. They're the lads that Bray want on song today, you know.
There's a blood sub. I think they're looking for a blood sub here. Oh, McCormick has gone after 9.5 minutes. He hadn't started a couple of county finals. He starts this one, and unfortunately he's gone off as a blood sub. So Bray are just shuffling the deck a little bit here to see who.
Ben McCormick is coming.
Ben McCormick is going to come in for him. Ben McCormick is on the field, so puck out is taken quickly out as far as Joey Driver. Driver goes long down the field trying to get over the half back line, but brilliant take by Paul O'Brien. O'Brien does well, the number 8. Chance pops the ball back as far as Staunton. Staunton gets the head up and tries to drill a little ball into Gavin Weir. Weir turns on the turn, gets past Carl Lacey, has a look, gallops towards the goal. Lacey gets back goal side. Weir comes back out, recycles the ball back as far as Tommy Doyle. Doyle has a shot. This one goes high, but it's gone to the left of the post and it's gone wide. And again, just need to settle down a bit, Glenealy, and tack on a few scores here, because if Bray get the next couple, there's
two chances there. Like they could be within a goal of them now.
Huge puck again over the head of Christy Morris. He takes it on the run, picks it up, has a little look, twists and turns, fires the ball off out from the far side. Oh, what a score from Christy Morehouse. He's completely on song here. Christy off to a flyer there, two of the scores of the year almost. Savage play from him.
Conyard looks to be picking him up now for the last couple of minutes. You know, Joey had started on him there, and then Joey got the knock to the knee.
Yeah, and as we said, like the puck out it's obviously a plan. They brought him out deep under it and he just turned and ran and picked up the pieces. Long puck down the field again from Kingston. Again, it just goes past everyone. Ball breaks in and Dermot Masterson goes back to pick up the pieces. Tommy Doyle is on his case, but Masterson has time and drills a long ball up the field. Again, Owen McCormick turns and runs. Mikey Lee has the legs in a foot race on Joey Driver here. These Bray forwards have started on fire. Great block down though by Joey Driver. Brilliant play by him. Ball comes as far as Danny Staunton. Staunton out the field with the ball. Takes a heavy hit from Davy Maloney. As you said, Tom, I think that's what Davy Maloney is there for. Ball breaks. There's a huddle of players trying to win it. Paul O'Brien goes in, comes out with the ball, tries to get past Christy Morehouse. There's a player on the ground. John Keenan is having a look, see what's going on. There's a free there. There's players colliding all over the place, but Mikey Boland wins a free for a pull back there. It'll be a free in to Bray, and it's all happening down there at the minute.
Yeah, but I think Glenealy, the half back line, which was probably in the semi-final the strongest line on the field for Glenealy, they're playing too far up the field. There's too much space left there for Mikey and Christy and these fellas inside. You can't do that.
And the Bray players are draggy. You see, I suppose they're told to follow.
Yeah.
And one thing about matchups is you're told to follow Christy, but when he goes out under the stand for the puck out, you can't leave him there on his own. He's drilled another one high, he's drilled another one over the bar. All of a sudden it's 1-5 to a point here, and Glenealy and all sorts of bother at the minute. They need to get their house in order and need to get it sorted. So Keane Staunton will take this puck. Drills one, looking for Paul O'Brien. It's gone over Paul O'Brien's head on. Driver comes out. John Henderson whips on the ball, drives it back down the field, only as far as Danny Staunton. Staunton looking to get a foothold in the game, but he's stopped. Bray swarmed on him there and he's swamped, and a few collisions there after the ball. But again, they know they're targeting Danny, because if he's not clearing ball, the Glenealy forwards have very little hope down the other end.
And look at Bray are working extremely hard there in that line in the middle third overall.
Mikey Lee gone back into full forward there. Dermot Masterson about to take this line ball. Michael Anthony making a few positional switches there. Ball goes in, dangerous looking ball. All the space, as you said, Thomas, inside, like Glenealy not getting the grips with that. Oh, McCormick flicks the ball away from Matthew Trainers into the hands of Mikey Lee. Looked like a chop in on Lee, but he still has the ball. He still looks dangerous. He's blown for over carrying. It's a free to Glenealy. They got numbers back, got around him. And it's Glenealy's first free after 13 minutes, so that's how
disciplined
Bray are in the tackle as
in
well,
fairness.
to be fair. Danny Staunton drills a huge ball down the field, right down underneath there, down on top of Gavin Weir. It comes off his hand, breaks out into a ruck as far as the number 4 who's up there is Ronan Manley. Again, there's bodies everywhere. Another huge ruck. Who comes out with the ball? We'll see in a minute. It's Brave came out with it. It's Mark Lennon has come out with it. He clears his lines, just about clears his lines, gets the ball in as far as Owen McCormick. Danny Staunton comes out, gets there first, gets a hurl on it, tries to pick it up. Ball is flicked away from Danny Staunton. It's a line ball. It'll be a line ball. It went off the Bray man last. Dara Kelly has given it as a Glenealy ball. So
An unpopular decision.
seldom is when you're that close to the dugout of a team. So Danny Staunton will take this one. Huge cut from him. He finds Alan Driver in a little pocket of space there, but again Braymen are quick to converge. He pops the ball off to Tommy Doyle. Doyle has a look at the post. Doyle strikes this one on the run. They need a score, but again it's gone to the left of the post and wide. 2 wides for Tommy from similar positions there now, and like I said, it's those sort of chances have to go over now for Glenealy, because another couple of scores for Bray here, and you're looking at them being out the gap nearly.
Yeah, and it's quality side like Bray, it's very hard.
Ball straight into the hands of Christy Morehouse. He pops it inside to Mikey Vaughan. Very simple hurling, very simple stuff. But that amount of space that Bray are finding around this Glenealy backline is unbelievable, really.
Yeah, and look at the quality of the forward line. Mikey Vaughan and Mikey Lee, Christy have all scored from play, in the first quarter.
Yeah, and I suppose we talk about matchups, but sometimes you just run out of matchups.
You do.
You know what I mean? When a team has that quality in their forward division, I think Michael Anthony alluded to it in his interview yesterday that it's almost an inter-county forward division that you're trying to stop. And look, they're proving it there at the minute. Just at the water break now, 1-6 to a point here, an 8-point gap already in 15 minutes. It's a massive gap in a county final to even try and start, but Glenealy just have to start tacking on a few scores here and stay honest.
Yeah, and look at Glenealy needed that water break now just to get Michael Anthony, get him in and get him settled, and if you can get a couple of points on the board here, they're still well in this game.
Yeah, it's a huge surge from the Braymen. John Keenan sounds his whistle. He's eager to get it going. So, no real switches positionally. People, anyone can play anywhere, I suppose, at the minute there. But Mikey Lee is playing his trade in around the full forward line. Lock Christie's out at wing forward. They're just dragging the team around a bit. As we said, Davy Maloney's come out around the 40 there, with a view to stopping. Danny probably getting a foothold, and the puck out is taken quickly out as far as Declan Conyard. At the second attempt gets it, steps around Christy Morehouse, has a look and delivers a long ball down the line. John Henderson reads it though and clears the ball back with interest into the danger area. Mikey Lee out in front, pops a little pass up, brilliant little pass by Lee there, out as far as Mark Lennon on the turn, strikes a dangerous looking ball in. It's a good hurl on it there by Joey Driver, just does enough. There's still danger there. He's pushed in the back and it's a free. He's pushed in the back and it's a free out, so it's going to be moved up because Owen McCormick hit away the ball. And I just think, looking at the game at the minute, Tom, Glenealy are looking for the perfect pass down the lines. I think it's nearly time to just drop a few in front of the goal and hope for a break in there. Because they're trying to pick their passes around the wings and around the lines, and Bray are all over it, They may just go a little bit more direct.
I think so, and they normally do, Glenealy normally do.
And here's one, that's right into the D there, ball breaks in, but that man John Henderson reads it, takes it and clears it back down the field, 65 yards out from his own goal. The ball comes off Warren Kavanagh, it's gone, and it's a Bray ball. Warren Kavanagh and Mikey Boland having a tussle there, the two of them. Dermot Masterson will take this line ball for Bray.
John Henderson is mopping up a lot of ball,
as he always does. It's hard, it's one of them. Why didn't you stop him? But how do you stop him? The cut goes in as far as Mikey Lee takes it at the side, does really well. Good turn by Lee. It's some score, lads. It's a brilliant score on the turn from Mikey Lee. Massive score. Joey Driver all over his case. Probably done the right thing, got him out to the sideline, but
fantastic score.
He hurls a peach over the bar then, and it's 1-7 to a point here. We have about 18 minutes gone in this one. As we said, Glenealy struggling to get a foothold on this game, but Bray are on fire at the minute. Huge puck down the field again. Gary Byrne goes for drops in. Gavin Weir is now out. There's only one man inside for Glenealy. They're bringing everyone to try and win a ball, but they've won a free over on the sideline there, about 50 yards out, and they need to be nailing these now. Because, as we said, a point, only 18 minutes and a point at this stage against Carnew, they had about 1, 10 or 11 on the board, you know. Yeah, you know, and that's
I suppose that was the
very
worry.
much different.
2:15 from playing the semi-final, you know, and if things don't go to plan.
The free from Gavin Weir's gone way to the right, but 2:15, I'd say about 2:8 of that came from Gavin Weir and Alan Driver as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, those two lads are facing Carl Lacey and John Henderson there today. Look, Conor Mcnally drives a long ball down the field, huge puck by, great take by Danny Staunton. Staunton steps out, goes with the ball, wins his free, gets his free. Davy Maloney stops him in his track. Maloney not happy with the free. John Keenan not happy with what he said. The ball has moved up and it's into free scoring.
A bit further up as well, by the way, he struck it up there.
So
110.
So that's a huge difference. Gavin Weir now just needs to steady himself. He's about 61 or 2 yards out here. Sets himself and has a look at his intended target. Chance for Weir, strikes this one high and strikes it between the posts and over the bar, and it's the second score for Glenealy. Just 20 minutes on the clock there. 2 points for Glenealy, 1-7 for Bray. All Bray's big names have really settled into this one. There's a little bit pulling and dragging off the ball. A long puck down the field. Dermot Masterson was tackled unfairly. The crowd think underneath me. It doesn't matter because Christy Morehouse has the ball under the stand. Pops a little pass into Mark Lennon. Lennon tries to fire a ball into space in front of Owen McCormack. McCormack gets it there, foot first, and it's flicked away by Glenealy. Just about doing enough to get it away. Ronan Manley does enough to take it in though. 2 men there waiting for one of them is Alan Driver. Driver takes off with the ball. Pops a pass off to Gary Byrne. Byrne fires a crossfield ball in front of Gavin Weir. Out in front, Weir turns to Carl Lacey, goes for the goal. Lacey does well to get back. Weir has a hop on the hurl. Numbers back for Bray. Was he over carrying? Noses the referee, gets it to Alan Driver. He's blocked down. Out comes Cian Lone. Bray weathered the storm and cleared the ball up the field. Matthew Trainer and Owen McCormack go for this one. Ball breaks in and it's picked up by Sam O'Dowd. O'Dowd with the white helmet and the knee bandage charges forward with the ball. Good play from O'Dowd. He needs support though. Gets the ball into Jamie Byrne. Byrne turns on the turn but never looked, and it's gone to the left and wide, and it's a little bit panicky from Glenealy there.
Yeah, look, Gavin had looked to have done great work getting around Carl Lacey. Sort of took too much out of it, didn't get a shot away.
Huge
punish it.
Huge puck again. It's gone over, and here's Christie again. He's ghosted in behind danger. Didn't get the pick up at the first time, luckily for Glenealy. But Declan Conyard pulls him back, gives him his free, but it's gone high and over the bar anyway. And it's Declan Conyard is going to get a card here as well. But Glenealy just not handling those puckouts. Bray seem to be letting them run through and just turn, and they're galloping for the goal off him.
And Christie is looking very sharp. In fairness, he was flying to that ball.
Was it
broke?
Was that a yellow, lads? I missed it there. I was looking away. Was it? He spoke to him. I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. So it's a puck out for Cian Staunton here. Staunton gets this one, drives it long, huge puck from Staunton down the field again with numbers there from both sides, falls into the lap of Gary Byrne. Byrne gets the ball into Alan Driver. Driver steadies himself, gets his shot away. It's gone high. The keeper's waving it wide. The umpire says no, it's high, it's over the bar. A score for Glenealy. It's 3 points to 1-8 here. They just need to eat their way back into this game a little bit, Glenealy. It's been happening very quick for them up until now, but they need to get a foothold. A long puck again down the field. This time Paul O'Brien gets a hand on it. Mark Lennon takes a knock underneath that when he's gone to ground. Again, there's huge numbers around the ball. Mikey Boland picks this one up. Boland, was he fouled? No, he wasn't, says John Keenan. Long ball down the field in front of Gavin Weir. Comes off his hurl and Cian Lone goes back. Pops it back as far as that man, John Henderson. Henderson drills a diagonal ball down. Goes in over the half-back line. Owen McCormack gets the ball. Lovely little pass inside to Christie. Has he just overcooked it a little bit? I think he has, but Christie gets a hurl on it. No one gambled on the run in there. Christie done really well, and Warren Kavanagh picks up the pieces, comes out with the ball, hand passes it out as far as Paul O'Brien. O'Brien, one of the better.
Carry it, yeah.
Carried it into the tackle. I was just about to say he's one of the better players for Glenealy at the minute, but he's over carried that one, and
Yeah, just a bad free to give away
at the
this
time,
stage,
especially after snuffing the danger out there. You know, if you could have got down and got score, but little things going against Glenealy at the minute. It's 1-8 to 3 points here. We've about 23 minutes on the clock. Christie's taking his time to come out to this one. There's a player down receiving a bit of treatment here. It's Cian Lawn is down receiving a bit of treatment here underneath us. So my big statement about the draw doesn't look great at the minute, does it?
Well, lots of time left in it.
A chance here for Christy Morehouse to extend the lead for Bray. Drills it straight and through and over the blue spot as it is in Aughrim. It's 1-9 to 3 points here now. Can you imagine if, even from this early point, Tom, if Bray can just score their frees, they're going to be hard beaten.
Yeah, look at they're causing Glenealy loads of problems all over the place, you know, and in fairness, a lot of the Bray lads have came with their A game today.
As we said, the short puck out goes to Paul O'Brien. He gets it out as far as Matthew Traynor. Traynor takes a touch, but just lost possession at the vital time. And Mikey Lee got out and got in the tackle there. Strikes a long ball in as far as Gavin Weir. Weir 45 yards out, sets himself. Brilliant block down by Carl Lacey. Just took too long there. John Henderson grabs the ball from there. Launches another big ball down, but Danny Staunton looks to have covered this one. He has covered it. Lovely touch. Picks it up on the run. Pops a little ball out to Warren Kavanagh. Kavanagh drills a ball long down the line, but it's not going anywhere, only over the line. And
Cian Lawn is looking to be swapped.
He's taking off his helmet and he's not happy. So looks like Shane Lawn is going to replace him here. After putting in the hard yards all year, that's a pity to have to go off early in a final like that.
He started well and got a great point there from the middle of the field as well.
Bray are just stopping the game. John Keenan said you may go out onto the line and get looked at there. So Shane Lawn is in. 25 and a half minutes on the clock here. Dermot Masterson cuts a long ball down the field looking for David Maloney, goes through everyone, but Matthew Traynor's first hook comes off him. McCormick tries to pick it up again. Lots of red jerseys around it. Eventually they come away with the ball. Ronan Manley, but it's pilfered away from him and back into the hands of this man Shane Lawn. He's only on the field and he's gone up the field with the ball. Is he going to he's just going too quick for himself there. It looked he threw it up. He was in two minds. I think he might have been looking for a pass, but ball breaks away and it's down the field. Two Bray men collide underneath that ball and Gary Byrne picks up the pieces, gets it in as far as Gavin Weir. Weir is Lacey all over his case there. Ball is out in the 65 here, right underneath. Is picked up by Mikey Boland. Molan sees a little bit of light up the sideline. Gets there. Jamie Byrne tries to tackle him. Doesn't tackle him. Oh, what a score from Mikey Boland. A huge score from Mikey Boland. Oh, that's a massive score from Boland. There was all sorts of tackles thrown at him there. He just strode away and struck the ball on the run straight over the bar. 110.
A lot of room there,
110 now to 3 points here in this county final. As we said, it's not looking good for Glenealy at the minute. They'll have to try and fight their way back into this one. A huge ball down the field. Gavin Weir puts up the hand, but Carl Lacey takes the ball away and it's into the middle where Luke Maloney picks it up. Hand passes the ball back as far as Dara Henderson. Henderson wearing 21 gets it back to his brother John and he fires a high diagonal ball again. It's 1-on-1 with Christie. Hugh acres of space. Christie lets the ball go past him. Turns his man. Declan Conyard's in trouble, but Danny Staunton came back to fill the gap. Christie strikes it high, but it's gone to the right of the post and gone wide. And
bit of a let off.
Bit of a laugh. They're very good though at isolating their danger men like that, you know, 1-on-1, and that's the last thing you want if you're the Glenealy backs, I suppose. Again, goes short to Joey Driver and takes it back, pucks the ball long down the field. Again, there's Bray men underneath this one. It breaks over their heads though, and Gavin Weir he's winning a fair amount of ball, but he seems to be bottled up then. Comes off the back of John Henderson and it's out over the line. They just once he gets it, there's
just converge.
They converge on him.
Well as a unit. Danny will have a pop at this.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to have a go ahead, so it's a line ball to Danny Staunton here. Staunton cuts this one. Looks like it's going to left of the post, in around the danger area though, but again just a hand up there from Bray and a long clearance down the field, making it look easy, but Danny's back underneath, to be fair to him, trying his best to drag Glenealy back into this game, but again they've converged on him there. He's gone out over the sideline. It's a line ball. Danny's not happy.
But Danny had a chance to strike it when he caught it.
He carried a hint of trouble, really. You know, he was going down a kind of a blind alley there. There was no way out of it. But look, he needs another 7 or 8 lads with him trying to do what he's doing at the minute, because he's literally trying to drag Glenealy back into this here, near enough single-handed. He's giving it everything, and he just needs a bit of help. He's frustrated probably as much as anything. We have 2 umpires going to have a chat with John Keenan here now. There's a Bray player down against the railing here as well. We're kindly informed. It's Mark Lennon. So John Keenan is coming out. Is he looking for someone?
This Mark had been the thick of it too, in fairness, wouldn't he?
Danny Staunton
There's a lot of work for Bray.
Danny Staunton is being called back here. Whatever, there was a chat with the umpires there.
It must have been from the sideline ball, and he couldn't see it.
So whatever happened underneath us here. If it is, I don't know what it is, but like, he's called him the whole length of the field back here, and if it's off the ball, Danny could be in a little bit of bother. And if Danny's in bother, Glenealy are in some bother. That'd be my view on it. He's got a yellow card, yeah, so look, Danny is on a yellow there. You said that's the last thing Michael Anthony and his charges would have wanted if Danny was to go, but ball is taken quickly. It's in as far as McCormack. McCormack gets it back to Luke Maloney, flicks a little ball in. Sam O'Dowd should win the leg race here, but Mikey Lee is coming out. O'Dowd does well and gets to it again. It's broken play there. Trying to pick it up. Christy Morehouse is there, just about gets out as far as Warren Kavanagh. Kavanagh flicks a pass up the line as far as Tommy Doyle. Doyle turns, clears his lines, drills the ball down as far as Gavin Weir. Ball breaks inside those. Carl Lacey goes back to pick things up, does eventually get the ball in his hand. No, it hops out of it. In as far as Alan Driver. Jamie Burnway is in. Again, there's huge physical shots going in there on both sides, and it's all gone a little bit scrappy, but I'd say Bray are not worried. You know what I mean? Like, you're 10 points to the good.
They are, and Bray have done a lot of hurling already in this match, so like, they won't mind a bit of a scrappiness at this stage.
30 minutes on the clock here. 30 and a half, so line ball again, huge cut down, it's all the way down. Tommy Doyle goes back and takes this one, and Solos has a look and again goes for that diagonal ball, but straight down the neck of John Henderson.
Look at the space.
Space in front of Christy Morehouse. Morehouse just gets it, but Matthew Traynor does well this time, takes it away from Christy, tries to win it back, but Traynor's away, ball on her, up to the middle of the field, has a look, he's still going, needs support, does he? Pops a little pass inside, it's just in header on a Manly. Bray get back, Bray snuff it out, get the ball out here, and look who's under the stand on his own. He'll set his sights. It's Christy Morehouse, drills this one long, looks like it's gone to the right of the post and wide, and a let off really for Glenealy. Just seem to be, it just seems every decision Glenealy are making is going wrong on him at the minute, doesn't it? It's just the pressure that Bray are inflicting on him as well. But
Bray are working extremely hard. Their backs are they're just a unit. There's not, and they're finding it very hard to get scores.
Puck out lands in the middle of the field, kind of goes through everyone, it breaks down, and as Warren Kavanagh tries to pick it up, ball breaks off legs and arms there. Tommy Doyle is in there, Mark Lennon is in there, Luke Maloney is in there, ball is on the ground. John Keenan's happy enough to let the game develop. Someone's coming out with it, it's Alan Driver's coming out with it, hand passes the ball, Winsy's free there, and it'll be a free to Glenealy here. As we said, 32 on the clock. I think they said 3 minutes of additional time, lads.
Yeah.
So we'll be into the final minute now very shortly.
Like, Glenealy haven't scored in about 10 minutes now, I'd say 10 or 11 minutes.
9. You were good, Doc. You were thereabouts.
It was 10.
Yeah, I knew it. Danny Staunton from the middle of the field. Staunton hits this one high and drills it over the bar. Much needed score from Glenealy there. 110 to 4 points. About 32 and a half minutes on the clock here. That's including the water break, of course. So puck here from Conor Mcnally. McNally goes huge, long ball down the field again. Mikey Lee, ball breaks off Lee in as far as Mark Lennon. Danny Staunton is under it. Low pick off the ground by Sam O'Dowd. Glenealy just rattled, and it's something you don't see too often.
No.
A Glenealy team rattled in a final like this, to be fair.
In fairness, Gavin and Flash are up in the forward line here, and Gavin has got on the ball. He doesn't seem to be getting any clear strikes at it or anything, but he's got a few balls. But like the first ball that went into The Gary Hughes, he popped it over the bar fantastically. He hasn't put his hand on it since.
No, and that's. But again, I think Glenealy are just trying to be too. They're trying to be too nice about going down the wings and going. I just think they need to go direct. I think they need to trouble the goalie.
Yeah, and Glenealy in the past would have been more Route 1. They would get it in there.
Put Gavin and Flash in under the 2 posts and drive it in long. I think it's the only hope they're going to have it getting back in this. Christy Morehouse is pointed to free. It's 111 to 4 points. Matcha Trainer has the ball underneath the stand. He gallops down the line with the ball. Again, he needs support. Again, the Bray jerseys converge. He gets it back off a Bray player there. Ball is in front of Jamie Byrne. Runs in, but that man John Henderson is there shoring up the top of the D. Again, it's broken play. Luke Maloney's on it. Henderson throws a boohead, gets it out as far as his brother Dara Henderson. He picks up the ball. He shovels it back as far as John. It's a free for a pull back. It's a free for a pull on the arm there, and it'll be another free to Glenealy just to ease the pain a bit coming to half time. Gary Byrne's ball in hand there. Number 11, Gavin Weir, right on the 45, will take this one. He's got to move it up. John Keane has got to move it up. Something was said, so it'll be in a more favourable position. Very much shades of the final the year before last, though, lads, isn't it?
119 to 19.
Yeah, very, very much. 119 to 19 that day, a 10-point victory. Gavin Weir is trying to stop that, though. Drills the ball high and drills it over the bar. And it's the half-time whistle here, so what started as a day for much hope here for Glenealy is not looking great at the minute. Bray have come out. They've been absolutely fantastic, Thomas. All their big players hurling really well. Christie, Mikey Lee, John Henderson, all just bombed into this game. And, 111 to 5 points now. And it's a long, long road back for Glenealy here.
Bray look extremely sharp, in fairness. They've hit the ground running, and they're just getting it right around the middle third as well, and they're working very hard, and they're hunting in packs, and they're not letting Glenealy settle on the ball at all, But still, if Glenealy can get a couple of early points now in the second half, get a couple of scores on the board, Glenealy won't lie down.
They won't lie down. There's a half an hour left here. We're going to take a little quick break here. We hope to have you back for the second half of the Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Final here in Aughrim. It's Bray 111, Glenealy 5 points. We'll talk to you soon.
Number 2 was David Doyle, left corner back. Number 3, Ian O'Neill. Number 4, Martin Hanlon is not present today. Number 5, MJ O'Neill. Central half back. Number 6, Joe Linan. Number 7, John Phelan. Midfield, number 8, Wally Manley. His midfield partner, number 9, Mick MacDonald. Number 10, Jonathan O'Neill. Central forward, number 11, Tom Byrne, represented by his daughter-in-law, Megan. Side was captained by number 12, Billy Byrne. Number 13, Stephen Cody. 14, John Henderson. 15, Joey Driver. 16, Jay McNabb, not present. Emmy O'Neill is represented by his father, Shamey. Number 18, Paul Byrne, represented by his son, Dylan. The rest of the panel was number 19, Declan Doyle. 20, Kieran Manley. 21, David Driver. 22, Finbar O'Gorman. 23, Eamon Esmond. 24, Anthony Driver. Number 25, Darren Duffy. 26, Barry O'Neill. 27, Robert Quinn. 28, Thomas Doyle. And number 29, Emmett Byrne. That was quick.
Yeah, I was well to get him off.
Yeah.
And we got the next two of the team now.
Yeah.
Your
the mind there,
was,
yeah.
It was coming
Good,
out.
yeah. No, thanks, Daniel. Our next Jubilee team is the 1971 Wicklow Junior All-Ireland Championship winning team. That took place 50 years ago this year on the 28th of November. They finally overcame Hertfordshire in the All-Ireland Junior Championship in what is considered to be the longest ever All-Ireland final. After meeting for a third time in a second replay, Wicklow came out on top on a scoreline of 4-6 to 3-8. For more about that, it's on page 16 of your programme. And now to the heroes on that particular day. Our Jubilee team is led out by the full-back and the vice-captain, Tony Riley, who holds the Michael Cusack Cup. Tony represented Aughrim Parnells on that day. The side was captained that day by midfielder Paddy O'Reilly. He is represented today by his son Pascal. Paddy has since went to his eternal reward, or Yeshe Garev Alan Uso. The goalkeeper that day was number 1, Jim Byrne, also from Aughrim Parnells. The cornerback was number 2, Liam O'Loughlin from Aughrim. Left cornerback was number 4, Jimmy Shaughnessy of Avondale. Right half forward was Denard's John Doyle. Centre half back was Kilcool Freddie Byrne. He's represented today by his nephew Edward. Freddie has since passed away, or yes, Jay Garev on Musa Freshen. Number 7 is Mikey O'Neill from Glenealy. Midfields that day was number 9, Paddy Berkery, represented today by his son John. May Paddy rest in peace. He was from Kilcool. Wing forward was number 10, Pat Sheehan from Forestry College. Number 11, Tom McCarthy of Avoca. Left half forward was number 12, Bray Emmets, Tommy Kennedy. Right corner forward, number 13, was George Delaney of Kilcool. He's represented today by his son Brian. Oyeshde Grev Anamusel George. Full forward was number 14, Avoca's Eamon Murray. Number 15 was Jerry Gibbons of Kilcool, represented by his daughter Anne. That's Jerry Gibbons, represented by his daughter Anne Yesh J. Grev Anam Usal Jerry. Number 16 was Andy Byrne of Aughrim Parnells. Number 17, also from Aughrim, it was Tom Byrne. Number 18, another Aughrim Parnell representative, Pat O'Connell. And number 19, Tom Keenan of Aughrim. Number 20 was Don O'Gorman of Glenealy. He's represented today by his son Paddy. Don has since went to his eternal reward also. Rest in peace, Don. Number 21 was John Kelly of Aughrim Parnells. 22 was Mick Connolly of Glenealy. Other panellists included Frank Riley of Aughrim Parnells, Pat Doyle of Glenealy, Michael Kennedy of Nafina, and number 26, Dennis O'Sullivan of St. Kevin's. Ladies and gentlemen, please have a big round of applause for our 1971 All-Ireland winning Jubilee team.
That was good work to get the two of them.
It kind of was, yeah. Glenealy are a bit short, you know.
It's a long drive to Croker from here. In ways even longer for the fans. The effort, I can tell you, it's worth it. Even today, I can still hear it. The roar of the hill. It's gonna be something else.
You're very welcome back here for the second half of this 2021 Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Final. A serious showing from Bray here in the first half. It's 1-11 to 5 points. We have a couple of changes on the Glenealy team. I think there's lots of positional switches, but I think Wayne O'Gorman is in with number 18 on his back. He looks to be heading. He's heading for centre forward. They're probably just trying to curb the threat of John Henderson there. So we'll see who's gone off. Number 4, Ronan Manley has gone off, I'm reliably told from my backroom team here. Ball is in, the second half is on. Tommy Doyle picks up the ball, looks for a free, drops his hurl, hand passes the ball away. It's only out as far as number 2, Declan Conyer. Conyer gets the ball off as far as Jamie Byrne. Byrne fires a dangerous looking ball inside. Gavin Weir might get to this one, does he? No, it's well snuffed out there by Conor McNally. A high tackle on McNally, and it's a free out. And first ball, Glenealy tried to get it a bit more direct in front of the goal there.
Yeah, and Conor there read it well and got out and secured and won his free.
McNally places the ball 14 yards out from the goal here. Bray now will probably kill every bit of time they can in the second half, as you would when you'd have such a lead, I suppose. 9 points in this one. Huge puck from McNally, high into the air, dropping down in around that half-forward line. Hurls fly there. Warren Kavanagh got a touch on it. Ball is in. Jamie Byrne gets it out as far as Paul O'Brien. O'Brien twists and turns, tries to go around referee. His hurl was pulled from his grasp. It's a free.
This will go route 1 now, I'd say.
Well, it'll be interesting to see now if that's going to be the tactic. Danny Staunton will take this one. He's about 47 or 8 yards out from his own goal. Staunton has a good long look at this one. Lifts it, strikes it long, a huge ball down right in front of the goal. Dangerous looking ball right on the crossbar. Oh, what a take by Conor McNally up over the crossbar. That was actually going over the bar. Wonderful take by him there. Dara Henderson seemed to hop off Henderson's helmet. Gary Byrne was there, came off his helmet. It's a line ball to Glenealy. What a take from the goalie there, Tom.
Yeah, look at a super strike from Danny, like 47 yards out from his own goal, and Conor plucks her above the crossbar.
Huge catch. It's a line ball to Glenealy here. Free man out the field is Jamie Byrne. He's quickly picked up by the Bray backs. Taking their time over this one. Glenealy, they don't have time to be burning really. They'd want to be show a little bit more urgency, you'd imagine. Line ball is taken by Gavin Weir, goes in and around as far as Wayne Aughrim. Aughrim has marshalled well though by Carl Lacey. Gets it out as far as Paul O'Brien. O'Brien has a look, he has support outside him, but again the Bray hurls get in, the ball is knocked away and there's a huge tussle in on the ball there. It's back out as far as Gavin Weir. Weir under 21, he'll look to recycle it, does recycle again. A hook in there from Carl Lacey, does really well, gets it back to Warren Kavanagh. Kavanagh flicks the ball in, but it's that man Conor McNally again. There's a player down injured. Wayne Aughrim is down injured. Seems to have taken a bit of a knock there. But again, the huge pressure from the Bray backs again is just leaving Glenealy with very few options in there.
Yeah, they just hunt in packs, like, you know, and we keep going on about it, but they really are a unit.
Yeah, they play really well, like, you know, and there's always someone there, a hook or bag. As you said, the space that's at the other end, then people are very, you know, getting left in one-on-ones and getting isolated. But there's no isolation here. This will be a blow for Glenealy just after introducing Wayne Aughrim. 3 minutes into the second half, 3 minutes into his introduction, and it looks like a knee injury.
He looks
in a bit of bother. Yeah. It doesn't look good. And Gorman just hasn't got to his feet there yet. John Keenan is there helping him to his feet. It's number 17, Jack Kavanagh, is warming up. Yeah, Aughrim is away. He's hobbling gingerly. He's gone, and that's another blow to Glenealy. When you think nothing else can go wrong, they lose a player of the calibre of Wayne Aughrim to an injury 3 minutes after bringing him on. So that's a huge blow, another huge blow to Glenealy. Conor McNally though will take the free. Has a good look at his options. Drills this one long down the field again, goes route 1, not afraid to drive the ball down. He knows his lads can win the ball down there. Ball breaks inside, hurled on it by Danny Staunton, taken by Warren Kavanagh. Kavanagh gets it out as far as Paul O'Brien. He drills along, relieving clearance down in on top of Gary Hughes into the hand of Gavin Weir, but again there's numbers back there from Bray. Weir pulls on the ball out underneath the scoreboard, but first man out there will be Sean Maloney. Maloney gets to it though, he's tackled by Gary Hughes. Carl Lacey goes back to help him out. As you said, Tom, they're playing like a unit, they're doing really well. Little flick there, that's good play there by Peter Kiley, flicks the ball in as far as Shane Lone. They win their free, and it's crisis averted, as if there was a crisis. There was
There's lots of Glenealy are doing lots of hurling. There's just that when they get it up to the full forward line, they're just not able to work a
Yeah,
score
and
off
as you
against
said,
Bray
this were the
backs.
wonder game. You know, the
Yeah.
last day they were so clinical and were so. They're just not, can't catch a break there today. It's Conor Mcnally. He'll have this one. He's about 47 yards out from the Herbst end here, over on the stand side. Huge puck from him, massive puck down the field, in onto the edge of the square. Numbers back there from Glenealy. Danny Stan bats it away as far as Gary Byrne. Byrne fires the ball out into open space, but it's only as far as Shane Lone. Lone has all the time in the world to have a look. Pucks it back in, doesn't have the legs, gets it in as far as Keane Staunton. Staunton is tackled there by Mikey Ball. Danger here, but it's averted though, and well worked away by Joey Driver. He gets it as far as Paul O'Brien. O'Brien clears his lines up the field. Oh, great catch by Dermot Masterson. Pops it off to McCormack. McCormack slaloms forward, strikes on the run, but the ball has gone to the right of the post and gone wide, and Dermot Masterson has picked up an injury
He
here.
landed awkward there when he was going up for that catch.
He's took off his helmet, and very stop start here to minute. Number 22 is coming in. Dara Lone now enters the fray, and John Henderson is going off. So Dara Lone, or Dara Henderson. Sorry, Tom.
Okay, this one here for him.
Just keep me on my toes. 6.5 minutes on the clock in this second half.
Bosco Jr., Jonathan O'Neill Jr. is going to enter the fray.
Number 20 is coming on, Jonathan O'Neill Jr. So we'll see who he's coming in for. He's heading towards the danger area anyway. He's going in. It's
He's a good sub to have.
Gary Hughes is coming off after starting so well. As Gary Hughes is getting the call.
Yeah, he got the first ball when he got a fabulous score, you know, but it just hasn't fell to Gary at all since then.
No, as you said, look, they're living off scraps in there, really. You know,
Another change, Aaron Murphy is in now as well.
Aaron Murphy, another good sub. This Bray bench is, you know, when things aren't going again, you have to lose Wayne Aughrim and they're emptying a bench like this. But Dermot Masterson gone off. That's not nice to see. Looks like a fairly bad injury to an ankle there.
Awkward when he went up to catch the ball, you know.
Yeah, and he's gone off there now, and we have Aaron Murphy in. Puck out has taken, huge ball down the field again, breaks in around the 45 again. There's just a hurl on it there from Bray point of view. Oh, McCormack gets the ball, he's blown for a throw. Bray were away there, and he was blown for a throw.
Not a popular decision here.
Wasn't a popular decision. We were kind of blindsided on it, but Bray weren't happy with it. Gavin Weir steps up to hit this one. Weir is usually fairly good on these. He strikes this one high. He strikes it over the bar. 111 to 6 points here. 8 minutes into the second half. Glenealy need to find a spark here.
The whole second half.
Conor Mcnally drills a long ball down the field again. Oh, great take by Owen McCormack, hurling over his shoulder. One he's free, 1, 2 or 3 frees there, to be fair to him. What a take from the puck out.
Yeah, look, Owen is very effective at that. You know, he's brilliant when he gets the legs going. He's a huge stride on him too. He's very hard to stop.
Yeah, and it's just one of those again that, you know,
they're just taking the
sting out again.
Yeah.
Glenealy worked very hard for a score there. Gohad, ball is down, and now it looks like Christie probably.
It's going to take a couple of minutes as well. And
yeah, he's not happy with where they are. Christie stands over this one. He's about 63 or 66 or 7 yards out from the town goal here. Slight breeze into his face. Christie strikes this one high. It looks to be going well to the left, this one. It is gone well to the left and gone wide.
He's had a few wides though, Christie, hasn't he? Yeah, he's had 4, I think.
Yeah, so heavily, Dermot Masterson's leg has been heavily iced down here underneath us. Long puck from McNally, huge puck down the field, right into the danger area. Oh, big hand up there, but ball breaks, and again, it's Bray in numbers, and it's Shane Lone out to Darragh Lone. The Lones are here in force now, but he only gets it as far as Danny Staunton. Staunton drills the ball out. Good ball out to Paul O'Brien, just through his grasp. Jack Kavanagh tries to get to it. Darragh Lone fouls him. Glenealy want the ball quick. And as we said, it's a very stop-start nature, I suppose. You know, if you're Glenealy and you can get a couple of frees in a row there, Tom, you'd be happy enough to just tick away on the scoreboard there for a few minutes.
Yeah, and like
Well-
Bray haven't scored now in 11 minutes, you know.
Yeah,
So-
that's what should be. You know, and look, I know they started on fire, but their third quarter burst was nearly always
Yeah.
what we would have feared. Gavin Weir drills this one high and over the bar, and it's 1-11-7 now. We're back to a 7-point game here, double score. So
Look, if you can just keep tapping on a point and tapping on a point, you know, and get
yeah,
it back
and
to
chances are you'll get a goal chance before
Yeah.
the end. But now it's what Bray do at the other end, I suppose, is they seem to have gone out of the game a little bit in that forward division. Conor Mcnally, long, huge puck down the field. McCormack's there, hurl on it there by Declan Conyer. Ball hops into the hands of Luke Maloney, into McCormack. McCormack tries to draw the man, doesn't draw the man, strikes the ball high and strikes it over the bar. And Bray are back in the game, 1-12-7 points here. Simple score. Look to have lots of time on their hands, don't they, Tom?
Yeah, and look at Owen. Owen had a couple of good moments in the first half too.
Robert Byrne is in for Declan Conyard on the Glenealy team. As Michael Anthony rings the changes. Keenston pucks huge ball down the field again, long, high, hanging ball in the air, but breaks inside as far as Sam O'Dowd. O'Dowd gets to this one, tries to get Gender's huge Bray presence around him. McCormack gets a hurl on it, it's out as far as Mikey Boland. Flicks the ball in, done well to keep it in play, but falls on the wrong side. Darrell Owen comes out with that ball, bursts the tackle, kicks the ball down the field in as far as Mark Lennon. Lennon takes it in, does really well. Gary Byrne shoulders him to the ground, gets it as far as Sam O'Dowd. O'Dowd flicks the ball out to Tommy Doyle. Doyle again under huge pressure, gets it to Paul O'Brien. Bray are swarming all over him. He gets his puck away, loops a high ball in around the danger area, breaks inside. There's nobody home though. And as Conor Mcnally comes out with the ball and has a look at his options, sizes him up. Oh, gives it straight to Gary Byrne. There's no one in the goal. Byrne fires a ball from it's just gone to the right of the post and wide. Oh, it was a good try. It hit the backstance. It was a really good try from Gary Byrne, to be fair to him. The keeper was off his line, but
That would have been a fantastic goal.
a little lapse from Conor Mcnally there that put him in that little bit of bother.
Yeah.
1-12-7, 12 minutes, nearly 12 and a half minutes gone in this second half here. The puck is from Conor Mcnally again. Huge ball down the field again. Two red jerseys under. One of them is Tommy Doyle. He goes back to pick up the piece. Doyle takes a bit of a knock to the head there, and Matthew Trainor's not happy with that. Robert Byrne is not happy with that as well. McCormack has gone to the ground. I don't think it was intentional. I think it was in the run of play, but a lot of frustrations coming out there.
Yeah, and you're just looking for a spark from Glenealy, aren't you? You just need something just to give them the extra bit of a lift here.
McCormack is probably going to receive a card here, I'd say. Lots of lads giving their opinion now. John Keenan telling them all to get away.
They're all ref now.
Yeah, we have about 7 refs there at the minute now that know what should be done, but there's only one lad that knows, and there it is, the yellow card for Owen McCormack. So again, Christy Morehouse and a few lads are having a little bit of a chat there. Robert Byrne has been spoken to there as well. There's still a little bit of pushing and shoving going on. Yeah. Robert Byrne is going to be yellow carded as well, as it looks like. He's only entered the field, so he's given too much of an opinion. Going to be a throw ball here, so we'll get the game going eventually. 14 minutes on the clock. Nahla has happened in the last 2 here. There's been a bit of sorting out. The ball is in. Luke Maloney is going for it. A huge number of players around the ball, huge bodies around the ball. Referee John Keenan calls for the ball, says, here, give it to me. Again, they're all moving like crowd is here. Pulled on there by Mikey Boland, gets the ball inside as far as Mikey Lee. Lee is out in front of Joey Driver, picks it up, has a look at the post, decides to go back, fires the ball across. Oh, great ball across into the danger area. Mark Lennon plucks it from the sky. Chance for Lennon, throw it up but missed it completely. Takes a bit of a bang from the keeper. The ball has gone wide. Chance there for Mark Lennon, and he hasn't. He probably should have done better, Tom.
Yeah, look at he had done 90% of the work by sidestepping, and then just went to the wrong option, trying to bat it into the goal.
He's down behind the goal there. He's taking a knock now, so Glenealy will puck the ball out. Bray Bray down to 14 men there. The puck out is taken. It's out as far as Gary Byrne in an acre of space, back in his wing back. We're back in his wing back position. Pucks a long ball down on top of Jonathan O'Neill Jr. But there's a hurl in there from Darrell Owen. He done really well. Comes out with the ball. He's just about gets it out over the line, out of the danger area there. A chance, as you said, get in around it. Get in around it.
There, like there's 8 points in it. We need a little bit more urgency out of Glenealy.
Yeah, look for a team. 8 points is not insurmountable for the lads that Glenealy have on the field there. And like Bray are hitting a flat spot as well. They need to make a bit of hay here while dangerous ball in. Oh, McNally does really well. Superb take under the crossbar there again. Gets it out as far as Luke Maloney. Maloney breaks the tackle of Tommy Doyle. Passes the ball up along the line here between Danny Staunton and Mark Glenn. Ball breaks, goes to ground. Danny gets it at the second attempt. Knocked away from him though, and it's Owen McCormack comes away with hurled in from Glenealy just at the right time. Danny goes back again for another byhead. Robert Byrne is there, but into the hands of Davy Maloney. Maloney charges forward with the yellow helmet. Has a look up, he has options inside. Mikey Lee is inside, he says he doesn't need him. He pucks this one and it's gone over bar. Mikey Lee not at all happy with Davy Maloney there, and he's after letting him know.
He took the wrong option there. A little out crossfield, there was acres of space here.
Yeah, Mikey was inside if he flicked that ball inside as well. So 9 wides now for Bray, we're told as well, on top of this 112 and the second water break. And I suppose you're looking, if someone told you this morning you'd have Bray to 112 at this point of the game, you'd have been happy enough. But like Glenealy just can't get any change really out of.
It's just not. Look at the ball is not bouncing right for Glenealy up in the forward line. Just as simple as that.
So again, look, 128 points as you said, Thomas, is a huge. But a goal here early in this quarter is not insurmountable. No. But like you have to believe, I suppose, if you're from Glenealy now,
Yeah, but it's since half time it's been very flat.
Yeah.
And it's been
on both sides.
1 point since half time for Bray, and what was it, 9 points in it at half time?
Yeah, and look at you're talking about, I suppose, Glenealy have done what they had to do to probably quell how well Bray, but they're sacrificing going forward a bit as well.
Yeah, because to say that Bray were so flat in that quarter, they're still only 1 point worse off than the start of the half. You know what I mean? They're 8 points up.
John Keenan gives a shrill blast of his whistle there. Wants to get the next 15 minutes going here. Another.
Ronan McMahon is coming in for Bray.
Ronan McMahon is on wearing number 20, so we'll see who went off there now in a minute.
Shawnee is after getting booked in between the water break. Okay.
Shawnee Maloney.
Maloney, yeah.
Shawnee Maloney was booked during the water break for some reason. We'll have to ask Mr. Keenan about that later.
Number 10, Jamie Boyd, replaced number 13, Gary Hughes.
Danny Staunton has gone to centre forward here as well. So Aaron Murphy has gone off. Ball and the game is back on. Ball breaks inside here. Down as far as Sam O'Dowd. O'Dowd gets a touch on a hin as far as Alan Driver. Driver picks this one up underneath the scoreboard. Has a look at the post. Fires the ball across into the danger area into Gavin Weir. Weir collects it his second attempt. Is there a goal in Glenealy? He tries to barge his way through. Shot. Goal! A goal from Glenealy. Exactly what the game needed is right. There's only 5 points in it now. It's 112 to 1-7. Glenealy have given themselves a lifeline here with about 13 minutes to go in this one. And as you said, Thomas, there's a little bit of an air now around the place that this game could be on again.
And Gavin has got 1-4 now for his contribution today, so look at, it's exactly what we need now for the next 10 to 15 minutes.
Bray Emmets 112, Glenealy 1-7. Game on in Aughrim here. If you're watching in, don't go anywhere. The ball breaks again around the middle third. Luke Maloney goes for it. Glenealy have a pep in their step. Paul O'Brien has a pep in his step. 65 yards out. He's away with this one. He bears down inside the 65. Can't catch it again. Strikes the ball on the run. It's dangerous one in. Conor Mcnally gobbles it up. He's tackled twice. 2 heavy shots gone in on him. He does well. He wins his free. He gets his free. But Gavin Weir and Jonathan O'Neill Jr. just testing his mettle there. But he stood up to the test.
Did well there. In fairness, he's been very secure under the high ball.
He's gone down now, taken off his helmet and clutched his head. So just playing the game a little bit.
So we've had 9 frees apiece now at this stage in the game.
18 frees in 48 minutes, so it's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad, no.
McNally is up, putting his helmet back on. He's none the worse of the wear for his bit of jousting with the two Glenealy forwards there. So McNally now. It'll be interesting to see can Bray lift themselves again, because they have been very flat in this first 17 or 18 minutes of this second half. They really need a next score, Bray, if they're to put this game to bed. Can Glenealy get the next score? Matthew Traynor gets his hand under this one. Ball goes to ground. Players go to ground. Danny Staunton is one of them. Bray, both teams need possession. It's hard fought. There's a ruck developing. Its ball has come out, but Matthew Traynor comes away with this one. Tries to get a hand pass away to Paul O'Brien. Doesn't go to hand though. Comes in as far as Owen McCormack. McCormack on his knees gets the ball out as far as Mark Lennon. Lennon tries to strike on the turn. Robert Byrne blocks him down. Gets the ball to Alan Driver. Driver gets it as far as Paul O'Brien. Drills one in. Get into the hands of Sam O'Dowd. O'Dowd, what a take from O'Dowd. Brilliant play. He's on the run here. Bray men converge on him. He needs support. Just loses the ball. The vital time. Darragh Lone comes back. He's gone to ground. It's hell for leather here in Aughrim now. There's a little bit more to play for than there was a few minutes ago. Loose pass out the field, but it's picked up by Davy Maloney. Maloney on the march with the ball. Tears away from 3 Glenealy men. Looks to go into contact. Does go into contact. Wins his free. It'll be a free straight in front of the goal for Maloney, and just what Bray needed. They needed someone to
look at. He's very effective there, Davy. He's won a lot of dirty ball, and he's putting in a serious shift out around the middle third there.
Yeah, look at it. You know, as I said, someone needed to take the things by the scruff of the neck for Bray there. Needed to get down. He's won him a free straight in front of the goal. You know, you'd fancy Christie's chances on it, but Bray needed this. You know, the last few minutes, Glenealy have grown a foot, as the fella says.
They have, like Glenealy have done loads of hurling. In fairness, they just haven't been able to put it onto the scoreboard. You know.
Christy Morehouse about 46 or 7 yards out here, pretty much straight in front of the goal. Owen McCormack is in trouble here, lads. Owen McCormack is on a yellow card. He's been called for something. He's a straight red.
No, 2 yellow.
Second yellow, but he's gone. Owen McCormack has gone.
And Owen was having a good game, in fairness.
He was having a very good game, and he saw something we didn't see, because he's... Glenealy now are questioning whether it should be a throw-in. Yeah. So, look, it's high, it's over the bar. Christy Morehouse gets another score. What's that, 1-7 or 8 for Christy at this stage? I'd say on the board 113 to 1-7 here. Puck out goes out as far as 1-7. Christie has contributed a long, huge puck down the field there by Matthew Traynor. Ball breaks inside. Jack Kavanagh tried to read it, gets it as far as Danny Staunton. Staunton has a look at his options. One of those options is Robert Byrne. Byrne steps into this one, drills the ball into the danger area. No one home. Glenealy looking for scores and looking for goals. There should be someone in around the house there. But it's out as far as the cornerback, Kiley. Kiley is blocked down though. Glenealy are throwing everything ahead now. It's into the hands of Gary Byrne. Goes crossfield to Sam O'Dowd in front of the goal. O'Dowd takes his opportunity to run. It's in as far as Jonathan O'Neill Jr. Just loses the ball at the vital time, and a great interception by Carl Lacey gets a touch away, and it's a 65. And huge intervention there from Carl Lacey at a vital time, Tom.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the handling let Jonathan down there just at the very last second. You know, there was a half chance for a goal there, and you know, I'm sure Glenealy will get another chance.
Danny Staunton sizes this one up. It's a 65 to bring it back to 5 points if he can. Chance. Danny steps into this one, drills it long, drills it high, drills it over the bar. 5 point game here in Aughrim. 22.5 minutes on the clock. 7.5 plus injury time. You're probably looking at the guts of 10, 12, 11 minutes here.
Yeah, like, and there's a lot of the Bray players they're just not in the game at the minute. Like, you know what we're doing in the first half.
Yeah, you know, like Mikey Christie, you know, that ball is not going in. John Henderson, Duval, but they need a big few minutes here now if they're to claim 3 in a row. Ball breaks out as far as Shane Lone gets in as far, but only as far as Paul O'Brien. O'Brien is starting to have a huge influence on this game. As I said, it's cut out by Darragh Lone. He drills the ball. It's 1-on-1 with Christie and Matthew Traynor. Christie takes the ball. Danger here for Glenealy. Christie's on the run. Christie's on the rampage. Christie gets a wonderful score just when Bray needed it. Down to 14 minutes. 114 to 1-8. Big men make big plays at big times, don't they? And that's what Christie is. Ball, puck out again as far as Matthew Traynor. He gets as far as Warren Cavan. Cavan under a little bit of pressure, goes long down the field. Lots of bodies from both sides now in this area in front of the goal. Breaks out. Tommy Doyle is there. Danny Staunton is there. Picks it up. Tries to go around Mark Lennon. Pops a pass off as far as Joey Driver. Driver takes it on the run. Tries to go forward. Wins his free. Another free here. Bray not happy with that one. Well, again, it'll just keep Glenealy inching into this game if they can.
They're showing a bit of life now that they hadn't showed maybe earlier in the, particularly in the first half. You know, that spark that you'd expect from Glenealy.
24 minutes on the clock here. 114 to 1-9 now, is it? Yeah, it's 114 to 1-9. The Glenealy crowd in the stand, they'll tell you that with the cheer that went up. Conor Mcnally has gone out behind the goal for the ball. He's taking his time. He's having a look. Glenealy really need to win this one now. They need to just cut that gap and put a bit of doubt there. Huge puck again from Conor Mcnally, right down. Lots of players underneath this one. Ball breaks. Jack Kavanagh overruns it, gets it out. Mikey Lee goes, wins the ball, comes off Lee, turns and pulls. Ball goes out over the sideline. It's a line ball now to Glenealy. See what they can do with this one. Staunton will take this one. He seems to be Commander-in-Chief.
He's capable of catching these. Now this could go towards the danger area if he connects.
Cut from Staunton goes down the line, but it's well read by Darragh Lohan. Lohan tries to get to a first out off his hand. It's another line ball. It's another opportunity for Glenealy to get a ball into the danger area. The line ball will be taken just between the 14 and the 21, right down at the Herbst end here. Danny is very good on these. Sizes up his options. He's having a look. Cuts this one. It's gone high. It's into the danger area. Like we said, dangerous ball. What a catch by John Henderson. Coming to hour, coming to man. Gets the ball out as far as Sean Maloney. Maloney has time to plant his feet, but doesn't quite catch his clearance as he would have liked. Paul O'Brien is on this one. He pucks the ball back in. It's Route 1 now for Glenealy. Ball is broken away there by Carl Lacey. Out as far as Jonathan O'Neill Jr. looked for a free. Didn't get it. There's a hook and a block in there. It's all danger. There's a chance for Gary Byrne. Byrne with no hurry pops the ball back as far as Jack Kavanagh. Kavanagh lets rip. Shot high and it's over the bar. 4-point game here in Aughrim. 114 to 110. 26 minutes on the clock. What's going to happen next, Tom?
Well, look at Glenealy are doing what we expected them to do now. They've brought the fight that they were lacking a bit in the first half, and Jack did very well to get his strike away there. Game on.
Puck out for Conor Mcnally. Huge ball looking for Ronan McMahon down underneath. Comes off the hurl of Joey Driver. Falls into Mikey Lee. Lee on the turn. Oh, it was a speculative one enough, but it's dropping into the danger. Keane Staunton spills it right on the line. He's under huge pressure from Christy Morehouse. He's lost the ball. Morehouse tries to get away from Staunton. Tries to get it back. Staunton needs help. His backs didn't go to him that quick. He wins his free out. He was holding Christy's hurl, Christy said, but John Keenan doesn't think so. So he's the only one that matters at the minute. Bray are not overly happy with the referee. The puck is taken. It's right down into the other end of the field. Sam O'Dowd picks this one up. Two Bray men go to him. Chance for Dowd. Gets the ball inside. As far as Gavin Weir, it's over. Hit though. In a foot race for this one, it's Shane Lohan. He's gone right underneath the scoreboard. Gavin Weir is with him. He gets the ball into Carl Lacey. Lacey clears his lines. Long, huge clearance down the field. It's what Bray want, but it'll have to stick. It won't stick when Danny Staunton's there. What a take from Staunton. Drives the ball back in front of the danger area for Glenealy. Hurl is on it there from Gary Hughes. He's back in the fray. I missed that one. He's danger man. They're looking for a goal. He's man that might get it. He's battled up brilliantly though by Sean Maloney. Maloney does really well. Takes a bang there for his troubles. It's a free out. And referee John Keenan has another bit of sorting out to do. Sean Maloney takes off his helmet. Not at all happy with that tackle. He's got his free, I think is what John Keenan's probably saying to him. So again, players, look, Glenealy tails are up there.
Yeah,
Glenealy are now doing, as you said, what we expected them to do.
Yeah, but Bray are battling now, you know, and like in fairness, they're answering the charge now as well. So, what have we got left on the clock, lads?
We're just about 28 minutes plus 2 minutes plus stoppages. So, whatever that'll be, or could be, we're looking at 4 more minutes.
Ben McCormack's on for Davy.
Ben McCormack is on for Davy Maloney. As you said, Tom, a huge shift put in by Maloney there. He done a lot of work around that middle third. He was wearing number 4, but he done a huge amount of work around the middle. Conor Mcnally goes long, Route 1. Down the field, Ronan McMahon's underneath, hurl on it there. Good hurl on it by Robert Byrne. Ball comes back out here as far as Jack Kavanagh. 2 subs for Glenealy, and there's a couple of subs there for Bray as well, but it's dug away by Gary Byrne. Ben McCormack goes for, ball is on the ground. Tommy Doyle is in there. Ronan McMahon is in there. Everyone wants the ball. Possession vital here in this one now. As the ball breaks out, it's Mark Lennon that gets it. He shoves it away, but only out over the line, and pressure starting to tell on everyone here. Including myself.
Yeah, frustration's getting going here as well. And
ball is in the hand of Danny Staunton. He's the set piece man in chief for this Glenealy outfit. There's only 4 points in it. They've battled their way back, but there's only a minute of normal time left. Jack Kavanagh takes the ball, does really well to take it. Tries to fire it in, gets it at the second attempt. Back into Tommy Doyle. Doyle drives a long, dangerous looking ball in. Glenealy need to gamble. They have gambled. Sam O'Dowd has gambled. He's took possession. 3 men around him though. Gets his shot away. O'Dowd gets his shot away. It's high and it's over the bar. He done really, really well.
Playing centre forward now for the last 10 to 15 minutes. Sam Dowd has
He's done really, really well. 3 point game here. Is there another major in Glenealy? Is there another sting in the tail, or can Bray come back down now and put 4 between them? We've no hurling ball. We've no hurling ball here now, so sort of can't go ahead without it, really, can we?
I don't think so. No.
There was a time. There was a time you could. 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes here. Oh, anything could happen now.
Bray needs somebody to stand up here now and get them a score.
Yeah, they need a real big one here, and it's Conor Mcnally goes long down the field looking for Ronan McMahon again. Ben McCormack's there. Danny Staunton gets a hand to it. Glenealy come out with the ball. Robert Byrne throws it up, clears it down the field, but it's gone right out over the sideline down the field. It's a line ball to.
Came off of the Bray.
No, it's a line ball.
It has to be.
It's a line ball to Bray. Glenealy were chancing their arms, I think. It's a Bray line ball. Glenealy are only wasting their own time arguing this, are they?
Ref is saying hit him in the back.
Was it Glenealy ball? No.
It's a Glenealy line ball, yeah, so.
Or Bray ball.
Or a Bray line ball, sorry, I'm getting caught up in the moment myself. Christy Morehouse has come all the way out to take this one. Mikey Lee is inside, there's lots of space in front of him if Christy can get the connection right, but Paul O'Brien is just dropping back there. Christy using all his experience and taking his time. Oh, great cut into the danger area there. Hurl on it, breaks in behind, but it's Keane Staunton will come out and mop this one up. Staunton has a look, fires the ball out as far as Matthew Traynor. Traynor will gallop, says Tom Dorsey. He stops this time though and drives a long diagonal, dangerous looking ball in. Numbers up, ball breaks out into the waiting hand of Darrell Lone. Lone gets the ball to Christy Morehouse. Christy shows and goes. Brilliant play from Christy Morehouse. Strides forward with the ball under her. Lovely little flick at the wrist. Puts it in front of Ben McCormack. Ball tackled by Matthew Traynor. Comes as far as Robert Byrne. Robert Byrne looked like he might have grass under his fingernails after that one. Warren Kavanagh clears the ball up the field as far as Jonathan O'Neill Jr. gets it to Jack Kavanagh. Kavanagh gets a strike away. It's not where he wanted to put it though. And it's Davy Maloney, or Shawnee Maloney does really well, gets out the ball, clears it long, there's nobody home, only Keane Staunton again, but Warren Kavanagh's gone back there. It's a free back up the field though to Bray. I missed what went on there. He was given an advantage for a pull back, I was told. I was too immersed in the game there, lads. I was following the ball. So 32 minutes on my clock. We look like we've 3 more. There's 3 points in this one, 114 to 111. As I said, can Bray see this one out now? It's been a nervy few minutes for him, or can Glenealy come with one more salvo?
Yeah, look at Christy, he's going to have a pop at this. If this goes over, she'll be a fair score.
Goes over, she's a judge and jury. Christy steps up to this one. Huge puck from Christy, hanging in there right under the crossbar. Matthew Trainor's back there, catches the ball, does well, puts the ball on the hurl and charges up the field. Alan Driver's looking for it. He's caught it 3 times. Oh, huge mistake there at this stage of the game. After doing so well and catching the ball, it's a free in.
And it's a free in. Christy will take his time now and go up.
Well, he's only strolling up.
Pop it over the bar.
Ronan McMahon has gone to ground here. Mikey Lee picked him up and told him to get on with the game. So there's a little bit of argy-bargy here and there now. Nothing that you'd pay in to see her. And Christy Morehouse to what should be the insurance point at this stage. We're nearly 33 and a half minutes into this one. about a minute and a half of injury time to go. It'll be about a minute left again. Christie is done tapping this over, you'd imagine. He lifts, he strikes, he taps it high, he drills it over the bar. Actually, it's 1:15 to Bray, it's 1:11 to Glenealy. A spirited comeback, has it just fell short. Keane Staunton takes a quick puck out. It's only gone as far as, looked like a chop there, but it's only gone as far as Mikey Lee now. Lee tries to pick the ball up and again tries to flick it into his hand. Glenealy get numbers back, but Luke Maloney comes, wins the ball, gets it out as far as Ronan McMahon. McMahon, see a red in front of him, drills a crossfield ball in as far as Ben McCormick, hops off the helmet of Matthew Traynor. A blow there, Gary Byrne wins, he's free. He was going to stay down, but he hasn't time to stay down. He has to get up, he has to hurl. And it's Matthew Traynor takes this one, drills it long, drives it down the field. Huge ball down there. Again, it's off the hurl of Bray back. Ronan McMahon first to react, gets the ball out as far as Christy Morehouse. Morehouse in splendid isolation, has a look at the post, drills this one high, drills it straight, drills it through and drills it over the bar. Drills it over the bar. Ball comes down the field again as far as Sam O'Dowd. O'Dowd, ball breaks in here. O'Dowd puts the ball on his hurl, runs as he's done for the last quarter here at the Bray defence into Danny Staunton. Staunton has a look at the post, a 5-point game. They're going to need more than one score. Again, they tips and taps with the ball in the corner. He needs support. Again, Bray have huge numbers back there. Danny wins, he's free. It'll be a free in. They need to pull it down and get it over the bar and get the game restarted.
Look, in fairness, Glenealy brought a fight, didn't they, in the last quarter?
In the last quarter,
and Bray responded as
champions. They have done, to be fair to them, when the chips were down, they came back into the game and got the scores they needed. Danny gets this, drills the ball low, flashes the ball right into the keeper. Great save. Ball is in. Gavin Weir has it in hand. There's a huge number of Bray backs around. He's gone to ground. Ball breaks inside. There's a hurl away. Darrell Owen gets it away as far as Christy Morehouse. It's all over. It's all over. Bray are 3 in a row champions. The Lightning Protection Ireland's senior hurling final championship has been won by Bray by 5 points. It's resided up there for the last few years. It'll reside for another winter. Glenealy just didn't do enough in the early part of the game, gave themselves too much to do. When they came with the battle and the fight, it just wasn't enough. And as you said, Tom, Bray responded as true champions.
Yeah, and look at that. The first half display from Bray was fantastic, in fairness, and there was a good spread of scorers, and they looked very sharp, you know. And when Glenealy did bring it to them, you know, they did respond. And look at the worthy champions. Worthy champions,
in fairness. Look, Glenealy probably ruled that first half. Really, you know, they didn't get going. They didn't look like a Glenealy team that we know really in that first half. But you know, the fight and the spirit came back in them. They were always going to throw the kitchen sink at Bray, and Bray have answered. Great champions again. A seriously well balanced hurling team. Great bench. You know, look at it, and it's proved. The stats don't lie, as the fella said. That's 6 championships now in 7 years. So, you know, they're top of the charts.
And look at they're in good condition. There's another couple of years in this team.
Yeah, they're not that old a team. Yeah, Christy Morehouse took a bang there right on the final whistle, but he looks to be in a bit of bother there. So we hope he's all right anyway. Again, now we're just getting set. There'll be a presentation of the cup. We'll stay live for the presentation, and we'll just see how this one pans out. So just watching Christy there, I hope he's all right. Another fantastic game from him. You know, look, I suppose Glenealy will point if that last few minutes, if Wayne Aughrim had been on the field. I know there are ifs and buts, but you know, they kind of brought him in to do a job in the last 3 minutes. It's not ideal. But then Aaron Murphy came on, went off
for Dermot Masterson.
Yeah, and he went back off. So, So look, as I said, the Bray people underneath us are hugely appreciative of their players and what they've done, to be fair to them. So they're giving a big cheer here. Glenealy are being true sportsmen as well, to be fair. They're shaking hands, and our chairman Martin Fitzgerald is just getting ready now to do his duties of presenting the cup. We'd like to thank anyone that are listening in to us, thanks for listening in over the course of the 2 games. We hope you enjoyed them. First game was a cracker. Karen, you were intermediate champions for 2021. Bray are 3 in a row champions now in Wicklow. Had what started off in a whirlwind, ended up a right good tussle there to the end. And as I said, thanks to everyone for listening in to our 2 hurling finals today. And thanks to Thomas for coming. Thanks to Alan, Stephen and Eugene here for all their work in the background. Colin as well here on updates. So look, at these things don't just happen. There's a lot of work goes in, and we're very grateful to everyone. So we'll just leave you now with the presentation there for the next few minutes. And the Bray captain is, I'm not sure. Who? Mark Lennon is the Bray captain still, is he? Yeah. So it's working for him, so why change it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Aughrim here this evening on a nice fine day. I'd like to thank both sets of supporters for keeping their teams going and they're under pressure. To Glenealy, lads, it wasn't your day. If you'd hurled in the first half, we could have had a different outcome. But we saw 2 Glenealy forms come back and fought back. Well done, Glenealy. First of all, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Paddy Reedy from Light and Protection Ireland, for our kind sponsorship of the Intermediate and Senior Hurling Championship. Thanks very much, Paddy. I would like to thank John Keenan, his linesman, umpires, for a fantastic job. Well done, lads. Also, I'd like to thank the ground staff for all the hard work for the last couple of months, and all our stewards and all the Gaels that worked here all for last year. Thanks very much, Dennis Mangan and his team. First of all, we'll announce man of the match. It could have been probably 6 or 7 players. Mixed in on Karen Hughes sponsors that. Nick is here to present it, and the man that got today was number 4, Davy Maloney. Ask Mark Lennon to take the cup.
Anyone who's been here the last 2 years knows my speeches are cat, so be nice and short. Firstly, I'd like to thank Glenealy. Serious game of hurling there, lads. Look, half time we knew we were still in the battle, and you really put us to the neck, or we nearly shot ourselves nearly. So no, just serious battle. Have a good winter, and we'll see you next year. So big round of applause for Glenealy, please. Next, I'd like to thank John Keenan and his crew. Look, he's let us hurl. That's all we can ask for as players. So big well done to you and to everyone who looks after Aughrim so well. So big round of applause for them. Next, I'd like to thank all the supporters who came today. Big thanks. There's a big difference when we need you. Can I just thank 3 people especially who travel everywhere with us. That's Brendan Maloney and Martin. Martin's probably nearly a clock at this stage. So big thanks to you for looking after us so well through the year. And Joanne Lowen on the football side, anyway. Next, I'd like to thank everyone who's bought into our sponsorship this year, and the sponsorship crew, and Derek Doherty over there, and Karen Build, who put a nice new bob into us and got us our bids and everything. So big thanks to you, Derek. Much appreciated. Next, I'd like to thank all of our management. We have too many of them nearly to remember. So we've Duggan, Rowan, Skippy there, our own Brendan Grace, Jack Lawrence, and of course the main man, Paul Cardy. So big thanks for the year, and hopefully we won't stop now. And Larry, our COVID officer, is very important this year. Then of course the players, look, takes a good team to win 1 championship, never mind 3 in a row. So big well done to everyone, and let's push on for Leinster. That's it. I'd like to welcome everyone who's here down to the coach down in Bray tonight for some socially distanced drinks. And yeah, best of luck. Thank you. Yay!